Hi friends, I am Nazee Vohra and today I'll be discussing integrating GraphQL APIs into React App. Basically, let me give a quick introduction about me. I am a 20-year-old software developer currently studying in my final year of my graduation, and I love open source contributions and sometimes I pen it down in my articles. Uh, so basically, what is first of all, what is GraphQL? So GraphQL is a traversal program that provides a complete and understandable description of the data in your API. GraphQL also gives clients the power to ask exactly what they need and nothing more or less in that API. And also, GraphQL gets us predictable results. So, for the talk purpose for today, I have developed and deployed my own GraphQL public API. So you can play around with that API on this link. So we have our GraphQL API ready. So let's just integrate in our React app. So we can integrate GraphQL API in many ways, like using any GraphQL client. But instead of a GraphQL client, I'll be using a package called Oracle. There are mainly three reasons for me using it. Firstly, it is lightweight, powerful, and easy to use. Also, it is extensible. That is, it allows you to change how you fetch, cache, or subscribe to the data. And lastly, this is my favorite, that it enables us to use GraphQL in our app without much complex configuration. So let's head on to the docs and add Oracle package in our React app. So yeah, here we go. For the talk purpose, I have already installed all the packages in my React app to save the time. And so uh, we need to run this command to add Oracle package in our React app. Now, after adding Oracle to our web app, we need to configure it to use it. So, in order to configure it, I will create a new file, create Oracle client in my root directory, and here I'll create client, and for that I'll use a create client method from the Oracle library. And here in the argument we need to pass the URL of our backend API, that is uh, this one. So let's just paste it over here. Now we have created a client from the Oracle, so let's just export it. Yeah, so we have a configure Oracle in our package, but in order to use it in our app, we need to wrap our app, that is this whole our app in a wrapper provided by the Oracle. So I'll wrap it. Here we go. And in that provider, we need to pass that client as a props, which I just created. Yeah, so here we go. Now we have added Oracle package to our web app and we have also configured it. So let's just query our uh, API. So we can also query our API uh, using the way it is displayed here. But instead of using it, I will be using another library called a code generator. And what is code generator? So let's just see it. Basically, GraphQL code generator is a command line tool that can generate TypeScript typings out of the GraphQL schema. It analyzes the schema and parses it and outputs code at a wide variety of formats based on predefined plugins and user-defined ones. The specialty of this GraphQL code generator is we just need to provide a GraphQL backend API to it, and it will generate all the TypeScript types for our web app or for our queries and mutations. So it will help us to not to encounter any errors or break our web, or it will prevent our web app to get to break out. So let's just head on to the docs and install this in our web app. So again, I previously said I have already added the package in our my web app to save the time. So in order to install, we have to follow the steps. I am using Yarn, so I will use this, then this, and in order to initialize it in our app, we need to run this command. But before that, I am using TypeScript in my app, so I need to add TypeScript plugin in my web app. So I'll run this command. Apart from that, we have also used this Oracle plugin. So we need to add another plugin, that is the TypeScript Oracle. Yeah, here we go. We also need to run this command and add the TypeScript Oracle package to our web app. Oh, sorry. So we have added all the necessary packages. So let's just initiate it. For initiating, we need to run this command. So let's just run it. We are building application with React. So select here. I need to provide my API, and this is the path where it will take my queries and mutations. I'm using TypeScript, so I will select this, and I will go with the defaults, and I don't want introspection file, so I will select no. Uh, this will generate a config file. I will go with the default, and to generate the types, it is needed to add a new script to a package.json. So I'll name that script as gen, so that it basically generates the TypeScript typings from our backend. So let's just wait it to get it finished. Yeah, so here we go. It has completed. Now, as I have already said that I have used a TypeScript Oracle instead of TypeScript React Apollo. So I need to replace this with the TypeScript Oracle. And yeah, so we have all the prerequisites configuration. So let's just generate types. But before generating types, we need to write queries or GraphQL queries. So I'll write it over here. I'll create a new file, get post dot GraphQL. Yeah, so I need to write the query to fetch post from our API. I have already written this query following the doc specified over here. You can also write your own query by following the docs and all the information given over here. I just copy and paste it from here. Yeah, so I have also added the query. So let's generate the types by running the command yarn gen. Yeah, so here we go. It has all generated the TypeScript typings for this get post query, and it has created the output in this file generated slash graphql.tsx with all the TypeScript types. You can see it has all the TypeScript typings. So we have our GraphQL query. So let's query it. I head on to my index.ts, and let's just query our backend. I will use the query method just generated by my GraphQL.tsx. So use get post. Auto importing is not working. So let's import it manually. src slash generated slash graphql, and here use post query. Here we go, use post query. And in that, as you can see here, we need to provide one argument, that is the limit. This limit signifies that how many posts we want at a time. Like if I change it here to 20, it will send the 20 posts at a time. If I change back to 10, it will send the 10 posts at a time. So we need to provide this argument here. So in the variables, here limit, it goes to 10. So
Uh,
it
Hi,
returns
Naji.
two variable. Yes.
Can you slightly increase the font size?
Sorry. Font size.
Or
Okay.
can you increase the font size?
Yeah, sure. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So uh, it returns us uh, two variables, data and error. So we have our data. So let's just display it in our front end. So you can see the power of the code gen. It is prompting me with the autocomplete. Post dot map. I have already created the post component with the boilerplate, so that I can increase just a bit of pace. I need to provide text, post.text, title, and then the ID of the post. Mm, yeah, so here we go. So now we have uh, figured it. What's throwing an error? I have forgot. Mm, data dot. Let me rewrite it again. ID is post.id is post dot key, and title is post dot title, and yeah, I'm missing text is post dot text. Here I have, yeah, so here we go. So we have all the we have rendered the data. So let's see it, the results in the front end. So I'll simply start the development server. So let's just wait to get it started. Yeah, so here we go. So we can see that all the data that was displaying here is now being displayed here. So likewise, we can perform other CRUD operations as well. So let's just write one mutation for our, let's say, create post. So let me write one another mutation, create post. For this also, I will copy the mutation from here. You can also do that by following the docs over here. There is nothing uh, much complicated. So Let me also write for the delete post and update post. So uh, delete post and update post. So let me just copy mutation, and for delete post, yeah, so we have all the required mutations. So let's generate the types again by running the script yarn gen. Yeah, so we have also generated. So let's query this also. So we need to update post on this button click and delete post on this button click. So I have the boilerplate ready. I have just remained to add the on click listener. So just add it. Firstly, let's head on to create post. Now the create for the create post, we will also be using the method from the GraphQL code generator. Use create post mutation. Here we go. Now for the mutation, it is get it serves as the two method, but we don't have an interest in the first. So let's use the second one, create post. Yeah. So let's say here in the on click listener, add create post, create post. Now, as you can see over here, in the create post, we need to provide an input, that is post input, and that post input is basically title and the text. So here as well, we need to provide input. It is getting me autocomplete input, and here title and text. And this method will return us the error. Yeah, so that's if not error, then redirect us to the home page. Yeah, so here we go. So let's test this create post functionality. So I'll head on to create post, and I'll just simply uh, Saturday evening, Saturday evening text. So let's create post. Yeah, so we can see that it has appeared over here. Now let's also delete and update our post. So also add on clicks over there. So here in the update post, we'll also use the method from our code generator. Use update post. Here we go. Likewise, update create post, we are not interested in the first argument. So also let's call this method. Sorry, update post it is. Now for the update post, uh, we need to provide three variables, that is the ID of the post and the new title and the new text. So let's just provide that variables. So ID, that is post ID, and text and title. Yeah, so yeah, so post ID is string, so I need to convert it to number, and it will be available. So if not an error, Yeah, so here we go. So let's update this newly created post. So updated title, dated text for Saturday evening. Update post. Yeah, so here we can see that our post has been updated and it is in the with the help of the TypeScript types. So now let's perform our final operation, that is post deletion. So here we'll again use the method from GraphQL code generator. Use delete post mutation, delete post. Now here const delete post. Now here in delete post, we need to pass ID of the post as specified in the docs over here. So let's just pass it and destruct this in the error. So if not error, then just reload the page. So let's get a hard reload and let's just delete this post Saturday morning. Yeah, so we can see that the post has got deleted. So likewise, we can perform many such operations with the use of such packages and in a much better way than the traditional way. Yeah, so that's all from my side, and thank